turned out the way I hoped. So I found it very frustrating. So this one I did the layers of wash, the sky and then the grass especially. So that's what I focused on in that painting. And I really wanted the bright colors, but now it looks kind of childish to me. So, but there's nothing dynamic about it. So I did the back, so I wanted to do collage. So I did all the guys that she thinks are hot or hilarious. And she accidentally saw this in progress, so she's really looking forward to getting it for her birthday. So,
What's wrong with that?
so I really like how that turned out. And I think one thing I like about it is the contrast, because I've always been a little timid to do that strong contrast. But I like it in other people's work, but it scares me to try to do it, so I like how that turned out in there. And then, of course, you know, I did over and over. And I wanted to do like the visual color mixing with dots, and I think I accomplished that in the foliage. I really like how that turned out, because there's orange and blue in there. And here's me and my 5 children, and I'm kind of, you know, cuddling them and then reaching up to God and the future and whatever. So I want to make this area a little more bright light.
I love that your eggs correct.
Was that whole thing done with knife?
Knife in my finger.
Ah, I can go.
I had trouble with the sky, kind of over-blended it. You know,
I don't know.
showing me
It's
some
clouds,
techniques.
you know.
Yeah, I guess.
You don't want it to look like rocks up there.
Yeah. So of them, this is probably my least favorite, but I did try more with texture on the second painting I did. I like.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I seem to like that.
Well, Monet loved water.
This one I did. I actually kind of like this one. This was just kind of a fast one, and I liked it. I don't know. This one was a little bit harder for me with my background and getting, because it was very shadowed. I had a picture that was similar to this. The background was really shadowed, and finding that contrast there and making this look more forward and that, and then still look realistic. I had a little bit of trouble with that picture. And it's got a lot of detail in it though, and a lot of color, and it's taking me a lot longer to do. But I think I'm gonna like it when it's done. It's just getting it done. But I have a lot more in the detailed things that require the steady hand.
You can't do the house, but you did
No.
the furniture.
Well, chairs.
Okay.
I've got
Thing, it came out of my head.
Okay. What do you have a title?
No, I didn't think of one for it.
Yes, you
The branches are kind of like
The yellow brick road.
Oh yeah, you're right. It's called the Yellow Brick Road.
veins and leaves.
You were inspired by my lecture on surrealism, right?
Yep.
And the technique that Max Ernst used, where he smeared 2 canvases together. Yeah. Okay, good. Very little color in it. You know, it's pretty much monochromatic. But that was what people liked. You know, they weren't used to.
I skewed it by accident by looking at it, kind of funny. I don't know, but
So you saw his face foreshortened.
yeah.
In effect.
It's elongated here. his nose is awfully long. Maybe I was trying to do mine. I don't know. But
It's a nice
finger.
wiper. Well,
That's about the
abstract is not.
hang that.
My kitchen.
Yeah.
It's like a Kandinsky kind of.
That's
It's a nice painting, though.
Cezanne as I get. I think the whole composition could have like been pulled together. Everything's like spread out. It's kind of like you said with your barn cow. It's like, you know, plate, lemon, lime, niche there.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I had my confidence back enough that it just came like
beautiful.
flowed out. I just painted it, and so it's like my favorite of all of them.
It was one of your
One's in
photos,
the
right?
gallery. It's
You
one of
took the
my
photo and you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's perfectly
I
legitimate.
raided the fridge, picked out the best looking ones.
Do good
Well,
at
that's
it.
fine. That's
I
fine.
tried doing some knife painting, but I start out and then I use the brush later on. But this one I tried to use more colors. it's not all the way done. I do wanna put one massive, pine tree that's really dead, a lot of bark on it, where it's fallen off, and then the other half of, you know, the felled part across the creek. So, and then throw some grass in, and keep the same colors though. Tell I like mountains and trees.
Very good.
Almost everything is. I still wanna add some more to that. I know that you said it's done, but I think it needs just a little bit more.
It's done when you say it's done.
I wanna put some more dark in the sky here, like a storm's rolling in, and then just off in the distance, have like a moose, cause moose hang out in bogs.
Sure.
They submerge themselves
Yeah.
underwater, and sometimes they even kill people on canoes and that, but, I'd like to have one like off in the distance on this little, come up with something like, cause I've never seen the barn done, and I got it to look just like that one, but then I figured I wanted some more in it to make it my painting. I don't like the idea of copying somebody else's. Like you said, a lot of people do that, and that's fine, but I like to add my own things to it to make it mine. So she had brighter clouds. I dulled mine up a little bit. I added rocks to mine. I put this little island coming out with a dead tree, and her painting had a cabin, but I made mine a little bit more where you could see it a little more. Added one
So
more window.
the assignment was to find an artist who you'd like to emulate, right?
Right.
And this is
Bagel.
Vincent, yeah.
So, he has a painting called The Olive Trees that I really like. And that's kind of one that I looked at when doing this.
Okay,
This is my,
really nice.
I like flowers. I have a lot of stuff done in flowers. I don't know why, I just like florals and landscapes in general. And then over here, I have apples. I did those. That was just kind of a quick, fun, get one out of the way kind of painting. And then this one we had to do portraits. I didn't want to do a self-portrait.
That's
so
your daughter, right?
I did a picture of my daughter, yep.
Okay, very good. Do you know who the artist was at
I
all?
don't remember.
No.
But I was looking through one of the catalogs or books with all the oil painters, and this one really caught my eye. I like how warm it is, and I like wildlife, so.
And the foreshortening you were able to deal with.
Yep. But theirs didn't have the rocks in the water, and the trees in the background were different, so I changed it up a little bit to make it out of my head. I like wolves. I've done a lot of wolves in the past, so I tried something new. I used that texture.
Modeling paste?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it really brings out the hairs on his back and the front of his legs. But I do not like this leg here because I don't think it's positioned right, so I am going to try to fix that. This leg should be tucked behind his chest on the other side a little bit more. But I can fix that by bringing the shadow up in front of it to make it look like it's behind. If anything calls to buy it, no. But I do have the price down there, so maybe it's too high or something.
No.
This is the one that you brought in some wooden like
Sculpture.
Sculptures,
Yeah.
or the one owl sculpture out of pine.
To do like a seascape, and I'm real inspired by the paintings by, I think her name is Frances Hopkins. She painted a lot of romanticized pictures of the voyagers because her husband was a bourgeois or something like that. It's not finished. I can't wait to finish it because I think I might keep it. I tried to use some of the modeling paste on just some of the rocks just a little ways back. I got a lot to do on it yet because each guy is so detailed.
Right.
It's turning out okay.
It's a great
so far.
start, though. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of happy about it.
Yeah.
The different layers of glazes, so you can actually see right through it. Like where the white is, it's actually some of the, probably the gesso showing through a little bit. And then like, I mean, you can actually see through each color, so I just kept layering yellows and white and then the blue and purple.
Very nice. Yep.
It turned out pretty good.
Now I'm getting a profile of you and your
Mario.
picture, and they look, they're the same.
The same.
A mug
Right.
shot.
That is really good.
Uh-huh.
Okay, my
How'd you do the drawing?
self-portrait. What?
How'd you do the drawing? With a mirror? Or?
I set my timer on my camera.
Oh, you took a photo.
Photograph, yeah.
Yeah, and I went with the profile because I thought it might be easier than a front on to do a self-portrait.
You could be a professional portrait painter, honest to God.
And I was trying to do the like red with green, I don't know, to make it pop out. But this one too, I tried to work with a lot of the glazing. So there's a lot of layers. You can see through. There's yellow and like peach color and brown.
You handle that glass well. That's tough to do that.
Oh, it's still got the lines too thick, I think, but the glass is
Works good.
frustrating.
You know, glass is translucent if it isn't transparent, although the goblet is transparent.
Yeah, and like this one was full, and that one I drank, so.
Limited color palette, which I struggle with because if you notice all the ones after they're full of color. But I actually like the brush strokes in this one. So it's not so bad for being all brown.
I really like.
It's called chiaroscuro, light and shadow. All right, moving on.
And here's my complementary colors. So I chose a turquoise and a reddish orange. And I had my kids pick their favorite beanie babies. And so I wanted to paint that. You can hang it up at home in their play area. I like
And I painted it off of a photo my friend's mom took of the lighthouse during winter when there was one of the big storms and the huge spray was crashing up against the lighthouse and it was just glassed in ice on the backside. They had like green and they did like trees or bamboo or something in it. And I wanted to do something kind of like that, so I painted it yellow.
Your mom says you're enjoying this class, Debbie.
I know I am. Did you get it?
I got it.
Okay.
No, no.
I'm teasing. Gosh, this is difficult.
Somebody was admiring your self-portrait. They were in here.
Yeah. My brother.
Your brother?